You ever see a sales pitch and just wonder, how do they do that? How do they make it sound so convincing? Well, today we're going to pull one apart, piece by piece. We're looking at the marketing for a weight loss supplement called Volca Burn. And hey, this isn't about whether the product works or not. Nope, we're here to figure out the structure, the psychology behind the pitch that makes it so persuasive. So, what's their game plan? How do they build this whole argument? Well, here's the roadmap we're going to follow. First, they grab you with a problem, something super relatable. Then, they bring in this secret, scientific key. After that, they show you their one-of-a-kind solution, make an offer you almost can't refuse, and then they hide the really important stuff in the fine print. Let's kick things off right at the beginning.
All right, first stop, the aging metabolism problem. You know, the first rule of any great pitch is to tap into a shared frustration, right? A common enemy. And honestly, what's more universal than struggling with your weight as you get a little older? This isn't just selling, it's connecting with a real, deep-seated anxiety that a lot of us feel.
And this is the hook right here. They ask a question that, let's be real, millions of people are already asking themselves. When they frame it like this, they're not just selling a product anymore. They're positioning themselves as the ones who have the answer, the secret you've been looking for.
Okay, so once they've got you thinking about the problem, they bring in their secret weapon, their aha explanation. And this is so smart. They take a real scientific idea and give it a catchy name, the mechanic protein. By branding it like that, they totally own it, and it perfectly sets the stage for their unique solution.
So what exactly is this mysterious mechanic protein? Well, they give it a very official, sciencey name, UCP1, or uncoupling protein 1. The story goes that this thing is the key to your whole metabolism. But here's the real kicker. They claim its activity just falls off a cliff once you hit 30. See how specific and targeted that is? It creates a real sense of, oh no, that's me.
And this is where the marketing brilliance really kicks in. Instead of boring you to death with complicated science, they hit you with this super simple, powerful analogy. Your metabolism's mechanic, he's just taking vacations. All of a sudden, this complex biological thing feels like a simple problem you can actually fix. It's pure storytelling, not a science lecture.
Now, to make this story feel like solid fact, they use a classic trick, what you might call borrowed credibility. They start name-dropping universities and scientific journals. See, by doing that, they wrap their claims in this cloak of authority. The hope is that you'll be so impressed you won't actually go and check if the research says what they claim it says.
And this is how they really dial up the urgency. They put a number on it. A simple chart like this suggests a massive 50% drop in this super important protein. It's a really powerful visual that turns a vague worry into a concrete, measurable problem you feel like you need to solve right now.
All right, so they've laid out the problem, they've given it a name, they've made it feel real and urgent. So what comes next? The solution, of course. And, surprise, surprise, their product, Volca Burn, is presented as the one and only way to wake up that lazy metabolic mechanic.
But they don't just promise one simple fix. Oh no. They offer a 3-in-1 effect. This kind of triple threat approach makes the solution sound incredibly comprehensive, really powerful. Let's take a quick look at what each of these impressive-sounding steps is supposed to do.
First up, we've got adipocyte browning. The idea here is pretty cool, actually. They claim it can turn your body's storage fat, the lazy stuff, into furnace fat, transforming those cells into active calorie burners. It's a really compelling pitch. What if you could make your own fat work for you instead of against you?
The second part of their one-two punch is thermogenesis. Really, all this means is they claim to turn up your body's internal thermostat. The idea is to gently raise your core temperature just enough to start melting away that really stubborn fat, you know, the kind that never seems to go away. It paints a really powerful picture, doesn't it?
So, they've set the stage, they've presented their evidence, and they've revealed the amazing solution. Now we get to the moment of truth, the offer. This is where they go in for the close, telling you not just how much it costs, but why you absolutely need to act now.
And just look at this pricing table. This is textbook marketing. That single bottle price of $59, it seems kind of high, right? Well, it's there for a reason. To make the 6-bottle deal at just $29 a bottle look like an absolute no-brainer. They're not just selling a supplement, they're selling you on making a smart financial choice.
And to get rid of any last little bit of hesitation you might have, they hit you with the ultimate safety net, a full 365-day money-back guarantee. I mean, wow. This isn't just about making it risk-free. It's designed to project total, unshakable confidence in their product.
Plus, let's be honest, they know most people won't go through the trouble of returning it a year later.
Okay, so we've seen the glossy, polished presentation. But what about the part they're kinda hoping you'll just skim right over? Yep, it's time to pull back the curtain and actually read the fine print. The disclaimers that tell let's say the other side of the story.
And here it is, plain as day. These disclaimers basically undo all the big, bold promises from the pitch. Statements not evaluated by the FDA, results not guaranteed, not intended to treat any disease. This is the legal armor that protects the company, and it's something every single one of us should be looking for.
So there you have it, the complete anatomy of this pitch. It's a formula, really. They find your pain point, they tell a simple story with a sciencey twist, they offer a seemingly magical solution, make the deal irresistible, and then cover themselves with the fine print. It's a classic playbook, and once you see it, you start seeing it everywhere.
So, we'll leave you with this question to chew on. Is sustainable weight management really as simple as flipping a single switch inside your body? The story they tell is incredibly compelling for sure, but maybe the most powerful tool you have isn't a supplement at all. It's being able to see the story for exactly what it is. Thanks for diving in with us.